Brittany Cartwright is opening up about her split from Jax Taylor, and she admits she never thought she was good enough for her husband. The two had been together nearly a decade when they called it quits. Now, the Jenny Craig spokesperson is speaking out about how she feels being on her own. Keep reading for more of what Brittany had to say. Brittany Cartwright never thought she was good enough for Jax. When Brittany Cartwright first joined Vanderpump Rules in Season 4, Jax Taylor was not on his best behavior. He claimed he was single as he flirted with newcomer Lala Kent. As time went on, he did not get better as he proceeded to get arrested, call Brittany names, and cheat on her. They briefly broke up but reconciled after his father passed. He popped the question at the beginning of Season 7, and by Season 8, they had a lavish Kentucky wedding. Brittany had been warned all along by Jax's friends, and those who knew him best, that he was not the best guy. She loved him and did not care. They exited the show after that season, but resurfaced for Season 10 to discuss Scandival and to launch their own podcast. Additionally, they were a part of the spinoff, The Valley with Pump alum, Kristen Doute. Yet right before the show premiered, Brittany announced that she and Jax had split, something that had been speculated. She confessed they stopped being intimate despite her desire to have a second child. Now, she is opening up to Us Weekly about all things Jax and her marriage. Brittany Cartwright noted that being physical is key to keeping a marriage alive. Keeping things romantic and spicy is how you make it work. If we're going to make it 20 years, we have to keep this up, but it's already dwindled so much. It was messing with my confidence. Why is he not coming on to me? I felt like I wasn't good enough. Admittedly, the mother of Cruz, almost 3, said she felt like they were roommates. That did not fly anymore. Though she tried to talk to her husband, he would use his age as an excuse and claim he was tired. Another issue is Jax's struggle to find happiness. He's never satisfied. We have our son and this beautiful home, the bar, and a successful podcast, and he still needs more. He's gone to doctors and complains that he needs help, but then never goes back. I had to pick up the pieces all the time. It's very frustrating. Creating issues. One of the biggest problems that Brittany Cartwright faced with her husband was creating issues that did not exist. She shared the last big fight they had, which led her to leave. He, made a story up in his head that Kristen's boyfriend, Luke, was reaching out to him saying we were already having issues in our marriage at that time. He gets in his head. Apparently, this never happened, but more than that. Jax Taylor prefers his wife to keep her problems inside. Brittany explained that her husband made up stories in his head to find reasons to fight with her, and it was a perpetual issue. Finally, she told Jax that he needed to get help, or she and their son would have to live elsewhere. As for if he has taken accountability for his mistakes, Jax is an I'm sorry guy, and that is it. It won't fix things, and though Brittany still loves Jax, she has her eyes opened now and needs a lot more from him. Do you think that they can reconcile, or is it over for good? Let us know and watch The Valley Tuesdays on Bravo. Bravo fans rushing to Peacock for uncensored entertainment. Bravo fans are rushing over to streaming service Peacock for uncensored entertainment. It seems that there is a lot more content in episodes that is far more appealing. So what kind of content has Bravo fans going wild? Keep reading for more information. Bravo fans rushing to Peacock for uncensored entertainment. When Peacock came along, the best part was it had all of the best Bravo shows that fans loved. Prior to this, they were airing on streamers such as Hulu. Essentially, if Die-Hard Housewives and Vanderpump Rules fans wanted to watch all of the seasons, they had a few choices. There was the Bravo app, or they could subscribe to Hulu. Then, Peacock came out, and all Bravo shows were removed from most non-NBC Universal streaming services. With this new streamer, all Housewives franchises and seasons were available along with Below Deck, spinoffs, and more. Then, they started to try out extended and uncensored versions of the reunions. This meant fans could hear the cast cursing at each other with bonus footage not seen on Bravo. Then, it spawned into extra special episodes of some shows along with after shows that added even more insight to the episodes. Plus, the cast spilled behind-the-scenes tea. Recently, a Reddit thread was started to discuss how excited fans were to see what the streamer offered. Peacock seemingly has uncensored main episodes, not just reunions now. This is not a drill. I'll have to check other Bravo shows, but watching Vanderpump Rules from last week, and I'm hearing all the get the *** out of here's from Ariana to Tom now. I've been waiting for this day since they announced last November that reunions would be uncensored on Peacock. So what was the reaction from other faithfuls? I wish they would do all Bravo shows uncensored. So much better than beep beep beeps. I thought I was going crazy asking myself if they've always been uncensored, and I honestly couldn't remember. I'm obsessed with Peacock. The uncensored format, and what feels like less commercials than cable, is worth it. This is the best. Some fans noted that having the uncensored versions helped them understand what the cast was saying. Oftentimes, they can get so caught up in yelling and cursing at each other that no one knows what is coming out of their mouths. Yet, without the blurred words, it all makes sense. Unfortunately, Peacock is not available to everyone, so that was a bummer, while others had no idea the content that they were missing. The best part is some classic fan favorite shows from Bravo's past will be streaming starting April 15th, so just another reason to hop aboard. Did you have any idea all of the uncensored fun that existed over on the streamer? Let us know in the comments below. Is Below Deck Captain Kerry Titharaj a good leader? Captain Kerry Titharaj first appeared on Below Deck Adventure, and he later took over from Captain Lee Rosbach. But is he a good leader? After all, several crew members already left the vessel in Season 11. Read on to find out if he's fair and wise as he juggles the crew and guests. Captain Kerry Titharaj steps into Captain Lee Rosbach's shoes. When Bravo fans heard that Lee Rosbach wouldn't be back, many of them felt furious with the network. He was a familiar face and many people adored him. However, they felt somewhat happier to hear that the Below Deck Adventure captain would take over. Anyway, it's not the end of seeing Lee on TV, as he landed a new true crime show named Deadly Waters. Captain Kerry Titharaj was supposed to freshen up the Below Deck show when he arrived in Season 11. Has he done that? He's got 30 years of experience behind him, and he takes no nonsense from the crew. So far, the Bravo star fired Bosun Jared Wooden. It might seem unfair because he wasn't always bad at his job. However, his captain explained to him more than once what was expected of him. So his alcohol-fueled actions with the crew saw him fired, and Ben Willoughby took over. Firing people isn't easy, but Kerry did it without yelling or losing his temper. Below Deck captain seems like a good leader. Cat Ba also left the vessel at about the same time as Jared. In Below Deck Season 11, the new Bravo star found only empathy from her captain. She hadn't fit in with the crew very well, and it seemed something troubled her. So her captain spent time with her, showing her how to operate the e-foil surfboard. When she had a breakdown after a call came in, he seemed very concerned, and off she went, without any fury from Kerry. Kerry Titharaj faced some problems going into the second part of Season 11 of the Bravo show. It turns out that Ben Willoughby isn't up to the job of being a bosun. Many Below Deck fans expect that he won't last much longer. But even in his case, his boss spoke with him many times about his attitude to his work. In the teaser for the second half of the show, it's obvious that Barbara Barbie Pasquale clashed with the boss as well. Perhaps he will also let her go, but probably he'll sit her down and discuss her problems and his expectations with her first. Another point in his favor was noted by Collider. The outlet noted that Captain Kerry doesn't only focus on negative behavior. In fact, He openly encouraged Deckhand Sunny Marquis to expand her skills by letting her learn how to handle the small boat, known as a tender. What are your thoughts about Captain Carey Titheridge? Do you think that the experienced captain is a good leader? Do you like the way he seldom knee-jerks but tries to help his crew learn before firing them? Shout out in the comments below, and come back here for all your below deck news.